think through. But I figured this would be a good exercise because people ask all the time, like, how do you stack on a 2-game slate, or what should you do for correlation and this and that? And the truth is, like, I don't know the answer, but I know that SaberSim has an answer, right? So we could trust the play-by-play sims, lean on the contest sims, and get an idea for what kind of stacks are going to look best on today's slate on a 2-gamer. And we even did this once with a showdown slate, and you still get a ton of correlation. So I think we're going to still see the correlation is king. I'm just going to take a few minutes to do it. I'm going to run here for the hip check. I'll set it to 20. I just put a buck in just to get that on our SaberSim docket here. And I'm going to use Goldie's projections to build. I'll switch the ownership. It doesn't use them to build. And I'm not going to put in any type of stack rules or exposures. I'm just going to let it build everything it sees fit in my pool of 5,000. And we'll see what we end up getting to. So while it's doing that, don't forget, like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Check out TrueDFS.com. You could get SaberSim at TrueDFS.com, plus 2 different sets of projections from Goldie and from Sheets, and the pay dirt model for DFS. And it's been really successful for prop betting. You can get all that for like $20 more than it would cost for SaberSim alone. So it's like a really good deal. You're kind of getting 3 sites in one, and you're not paying much more than you would for SaberSim a la carte. So highly recommend it. Let's go ahead and build a portfolio of 20 lineups here for SaberSim. This is going to be a quick video. We'll kind of, I don't see the point in hand building. Maybe we could do that. We've kind of done that for fun at the top of our videos before using SaberSim, and it's helped us. It's helped us like have to learn the lines and, you know, look at these shift charts and things and the news of who's going to be out. And so we've gotten some no puck knowledge of that. I don't know on today's slate that's like really a big deal. I didn't see any news for sure that mattered. So, you know, I don't know if we'll do that just for funsies here, but let's see what kind of stacks we get on just a 2-game slate. And that'll answer some questions that people have of how much correlation do you really need? Should you just go more projection based on these? You know, I have a feeling the answer is going to be you still want correlation, especially to get to the top of GPPs. Now, this is a tough GPP, the hip check. Now, I run it because a lot of people that watch these play that. And so we want to get kind of an idea for what people are playing. It's only a 10% to first, though. The good thing is it's a 20 max, and it's got like 5,000 entries. So the effective entrance is pretty high. So that's good. But the percentage to first is not great for a GPP. So we have that problem in some of the low stakes on DraftKings. You want to be playing with higher percentages to first, but so be it. So let's see. I don't care so much yet about team stacks. Let's just see our stack exposure. So we get, yeah, I mean, 7%, 7 5-2s out of 20 lineups, 7 5-2s, 4 6s, and 5 4-3s. So 12, 16%. So 80% of ours, and then actually 85% if you count this 5 with the one-offs, are highly correlated lineups, right? And then you get a few 3-3-2s. But for the most part, correlation is king, according to SaberSim, even on a 2-game slate. So if you're asking, do I need big stacks on these kind of slates? Can I go with just projection-based 3-3-2s and all that? You can. You could get plus EV lineups doing it that way, but it's not going to be to the same degree as the highly correlated ones. These are just what win you GPPs and what stand out as the top ROI lineups in post-contest sims, and they grade the best, you know, even on these small slates a priori. So I would still stick with these. I would not necessarily demand correlation, right? I mean, we could rebuild and say, okay, now just set our exposures to 4-3 and above or something. But I don't think we need to do that either. Let's just take a look at who the stacks are. People ask who you're playing. I could tell you what I'm getting to. Mostly Utah. They're the highest projected team on the slate. Then you get the next highest in St. Louis and Chicago, and just a little bit of Seattle with that leverage. They're the lowest projected team, but you still get a little bit of it. Now, I don't know. Am I getting any like onslaughts of Seattle? 1. No 4-3s, just 1-5, man. It looks like a Seattle with Chicago, or with Utah and a bit of Chicago. Okay. Individual players. Who's my favorite play? It's Bedard. I can't complain. He's, the best up-and-coming player. 42% we have him at. Well over the field, SaberSim wants me to get to Connor Bedard. Let's take a look at goalies. We are pretty even here. Just a little less Decord at his lowest projection. The 2 higher projected guys at 30%. Spencer Knight with that good projection, despite being a small underdog, he projects better than Hoffer. I mean, that's going to be shot volume. And Spencer Knight, another great young player, so I can't complain there. So that's what I'm getting to. Now, if we looked at projections, it'd be these Utahs standing out. So we would just do that same thing and just correlate our Utah stuff. Let's make sure we have their lines right. Keller, Schmaltz, Peterka. I think they're power play 1. Keller, Schmaltz, Peterka. Yes, fully correlated. And you get Sergachev in there. Keller, Schmaltz, Peterka, Sergachev. We could throw in, if we want the power play, Dylan Guenther. I mean, why not while we're here? Do we have any other Utah guys looking at top values besides the power play guys? Kraus, Carsoni. Where do they correlate? Kraus with Guenther. So you can get in Kraus with Guenther if you want to really go ham. As we just saw with SaberSim, that works. You can't get a Bedard in. But let's see, point per dollar. More Utah. Dvorsky, he's going to be on power play 1 for St. Louis. Min priced. I mean, if you could do this with Utah, you could do just about anything on this slate. I wonder, if you took someone off, then you could even play Bedard. How much more is he? He's a lot, heavy price, but you could get him in with Utah if you want. Knight gets you more. Take out Dvorsky and Guenther. Make it the 4-man. And then you're pretty well set. You could do the power play correlation. Shanov. So plenty you can do. So there's a little for fun hand build. But I think the most important thing is we took a look at SaberSim here at what grades well. And it's still these highly correlated stacks. Even on a 2-gamer. And we'll look on Monday at the hip check and see what post hoc, what graded the best in the post contest sims. That's an exercise we had done before and we should really get back to. So we'll get back to doing that kind of thing and see what looked best. But for now, that's all I got. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps us out. It lets us keep doing these little videos for hockey. Sometimes they're bigger when we have bigger slates and there's more to discuss and we've got news and game time decisions that you have to look out for and this and that. But it's a small slate, but we want to keep doing them. So like and subscribe. Check out TrueDFS.com because you could get access to everything I used here with the projections, the pay dirt model, Saber Sims, play-by-play sims, and contest sims for like $20 more than it would cost alone. So It's a really, really good deal. I highly recommend it. With that, I wish you good luck on the two gamer. Hopefully we